Good evening, students. I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, yes, sir.
Please confirm. Okay. So today we will discuss about industry expectations of freshers. What are the requirements of the corporate from the freshers? Like many of the students who are pursuing courses from IIBM are freshers. So I have made this. I will take this session from the perspective of freshers. That what are the industry's requirement from the freshers. Every year there do pass out so many candidates from different colleges from different domains. Okay, and nowadays in almost every domain there is a huge competition, and as per the surveys only 41% of the engineers are having the skills which by which they can land the job, or only 41% of the engineers are having the skill sets what are actually required by the industry. Okay, so every year countless students pass out from engineering colleges in India. The number of students graduating from engineering colleges is much more in India than countries like China and USA. Okay, yet only about 10% of the engineering graduates get jobs and either remain unemployed or take up the jobs that are not related to their field. Okay, now this ratio has been now increased to 41. What is written here? 30%. Okay, and what is the reason for this unemployment or the underemployment is? What could be the industry expectations? Someone is waiting, waiting. Give me a second. Okay, so what could be the industry expectations from the engineering graduates? We will discuss here. What are the students lacking that prevent them from getting the right jobs? That engineering graduates do not cater to the need of the this budding industry, or is there some other facts that justify this unique tendency? Here we have listed out few of the major expectations of the industry from engineering graduates. In that list, first one comes communication skills. So for example, you are very good on coding, you are very good on technical part from the in other say for example you're a chemical engineer and you do have very good knowledge on your domain or in the technical specification or in the technical area. But if you are not able to tell it to anybody, okay, and if your communication skills are not good, in that case you will not be it will be too tough for you to get a job. Okay, this is in this way. And second is nowadays the time has gone ki you just made something and it will be sold out. Nowadays in industries they do visit so many foreigners. Okay, and the industries comes and they do directly interact with the people who are working on the floor. Working on the floor means the persons who are developing, or who are in the production department of the company. So nowadays so many visits do come intern from be it from our self country, or be it from foreign countries. So it's mandatory that everyone do everyone can have an interaction with the peoples who are coming to have a session, or who are the clients of the company. So communication skills are much required. Engineer or organization. All the complicated theories and law are of no use if candidate cannot communicate his thoughts in proper words. This is one of the fact. And good knowledge of English and ability to communicate effectively thus plays a vital role. Although here I have emphasized on English, but it's not about communication skills means not English only. It could be any other language. Okay, communication skills means we should be able to communicate well, we should be able to make other people understand what we are trying to say. Okay. But nowadays in India, so many companies, or the mode of communication has been a unique mode of communication has been through English language. So it's a requirement of the time, or it is need of the time to be good on English communication or English language. Okay. So engineers usually hold a significant position in the firm or organization they join. They may have to communicate with foreign delegates and important clients. What they would be need to, they would be need to communicate with the foreign delegates and important clients of the company. uh, Now you would say, sir, why should we discuss, I'm working on the floor, I'm working in the production department, why there is need to have a communication with the clients or the delegates? But it is not like that now. Now not only the person who are completely responsible for having a discussion with these delegates or the clients, but they sometimes clients does visit, or client to visit the factory area, and at that time they could ask any question to anybody working on the floor. So it is mandatory that you do have good communication skills. And if you are having good communication skills, then definitely you can convince, or you can let the people who has come to your company know that what exactly is going on. Okay. And good grasp on English language and the ability to speak in many different accents are preferred by the employers. Engineers need to get trained to communicate well. What they need to do is they need to be trained so that they can communicate very well. There are several crash courses that ensure you to get a grasp on the right thing. What you can do is you can take some of the crash courses. What will help you out to get good grasp on the accent. Accent here means like in which accent you wish to speak in, like UK, US, Indian, or any other countries accent. Okay. So it will be as per the requirements of the industry or any particular company. Okay. So it's good, or at least you should know, the Indian accent or the general accent in what you can discuss. But if you will be having knowledge of other essence of the other countries, in that case it will be very good or beneficial for you as well as for the company. That these courses may help engineering evolve into better candidates or global companies. Next comes knowledge beyond the books. Every engineer who does completes 42 papers of engineering, or the other person who has done is maybe diploma, that is polytechnic, or maybe other some other courses, be it many courses. I'm not talking from the perspective specifically from engineering graduates. It may be say for example you are accountant, you've done your BCom, BBA, BSc, MSc, whatever course you have done. Okay. So it's not enough nowadays to have knowledge of the books itself and books only, but you should have something in your mind, or you should have knowledge apart from these books. Because everybody knows that if you have qualified the papers, if you have completed your papers and you have passed that qualification, you have completed your graduation in any domain, then definitely you know about that. But what exactly the interviewer look for is what knowledge you do have apart from these books knowledge. So very often the firms and the organizations looks for the individual who can go beyond the books and think brightly. What they look for is they look for the individuals who can go beyond the books and think brightly. So you need to be logical and think intellectually. What you need to do is you need to be very logical and think intellectually. Restricting yourself to bookish knowledge does not make you a good engineer. If you are restricted to the books knowledge, it will not make you a good engineer. So it's mandatory that you have knowledge beyond the books. Okay. And to be an ideal candidate for a global firm, you should think like an inventor. How you should think is you should think like an inventor, or opt for the project that brings about drastic changes in the world, and try to innovate and invent in a manner that benefit the world as a whole. Okay. What you should do is you should think in such a way that innovate something, or you invent something that would help to the world, not specifically to any region, a specific region. And think of greatest challenges faced by the world. Try to deal with the problems like energy crisis and limited resources that the world is already tackling. See how your invest in inventions and innovation can alter the situation and bring the change. Okay. Next is ability to lead. While there are many engineering graduates who score well in their papers, what they do score well in their paper, and there are very few who are true leaders. All the persons who are having good scores in their graduation or in their post graduation cannot be good leaders, because for being a leader you need different skill sets, or you need different different qualities. So most of the engineers today just follow the paths shown by the great minds of the past. Okay, what they do is they just follow the path shown by the great minds of the past. The fraternity of engineers is still adhered to the obsolete technique of the biogen era, which are really of no use today. What is that? There is no use of these technologies, or the what have already been obsolete. So it's requirement of the time that you have all the skill sets which are required nowadays, or what could help the society as well as you as a whole. uh, if you wish to be hired by one of the leading companies, you must possess the ability to lead. Like maybe say for you, just for example, you say, sir, I'm being hired as a fresher. So how can someone think of expectations, or how can someone expect from me to be a leader? But no, now no one is going to make you a leader or team leader or boss of any company or any specific project. But what they expect is that later on when the need will arise, then you do deal with the things, and you do lead any specific department or any specific projects. Okay, that things are seen at the at the time of hiring you as a graduate fresher itself. So even during the interview process, you should be able to reveal your true leadership skills. Okay, by your college or school event examples. When you are a fresher, then you can say, or you can tell them that these are the things where my leadership skills were used, or I did a lead, I I took I played as a leadership role in this or at this particular time. Okay, just a second. Next is positive approach. This positive approach is that that makes you out from every trouble or from every problem in your real life, as well as your in your personal life, as well as your professional life. If you do have positive approach towards the things, then definitely it can help you out to come out of so many things. Okay, the job of an engineer is not easy. It is the path full of many challenges, and you need to possess the courage to face these challenges. What is this? When you're an engineer, okay, you have to innovate, or you have to face so many difficulties at the time of during your job, or during your the work. You may face so many difficulties. You may face sometime what to do now. I don't have any knowledge. I don't have any solution to this thing. At that time also you should have positive approach, and you should think in such a way that yeah, no problem, if this is like that, I can find out some other way, no worries. Okay, so a positive approach is thus is a must in the career in an engineering candidate. You should have positive approach toward the things. If you have positive approach, definitely you can take the things in another way. If one way will not work, if one approach will not work, if one technique will not work, then you can use another. If not another, then one another. Okay, so this is required. If you are at the core engineer field, like electrical, chemical, mechanical, you may have to work in a site, and this can be risky. What it would be risky. So most factories and industries often have accidents, and people even lost their lives in these accidents. So to work in such an environment, you need to possess courage and a strong responsibility sense. This is not everyone's cup of tea. Only individuals who possess a truly strong positive approach can succeed in such kind of jobs and to survive in the engineering industry, you need to possess this positive approach. What you need to do is you need to possess positive approach. And next is update with the industry and update with the latest technologies in the industry. If you will update yourself with the latest technologies in the industry, then you can cope up with any kind of problem or any kind of changes. Never let yourself be obsolete. Never let yourself be limited to any particular thing. So always go beyond and do the things in your way. Okay, the greater risk of being in the field of technology is that the technology existing now can become obsolete someday. So it's nowadays it's must that you keep on updating yourself. You keep on adding new skills to yourself, to your kitty, and you do sometimes it is also good that you pursue some kind of courses related to requirement of the time or requirement of the industry. Because if you will have some kind of certifications that proves your 40 or 50% of the things automatically, if you will have a certification course, then it, say for example, you send your resume to any company, okay, and if you will have any kind of certification or diploma certificate related to that technology, what is upcoming technology, then it will help you out to get your resume shortlisted. Okay, but on the second time, if you have not mentioned anything in your resume about the technology, then there are chances that your resume got rejected. Okay, so this is good to have something in your hand like any certification or diploma courses related to the latest upcoming technologies. Nowadays, like you can see, there are some courses in IT that are very trending, like data science, Python, full stack developer. These are some of the courses. Okay, and nowadays so many companies are hiring for these roles. Okay, and if you are having any, except for example, you do have very good knowledge of data science profile, you do have very good knowledge of SQL, R, and Excel and other technologies that are required for the data science professional. But if you do not have any certificate, okay, then you have not you have not mentioned it in your resume that you have a certificate. Then say for example, you send your resume and you know how to do data science, the complete job role, or you do have quite good knowledge of data science, but you have not mentioned in your resume. In that case, your resume may not be shortlisted. But if at the same time, if you will have you will, if you will mention your these skills in your resume, then definitely your resume will get shortlisted. So this is the benefit of having certifications or the diploma certificates with you. An engineer is expected to be smart enough to widen his horizon of knowledge as per the latest trends. In the engineering field, you cannot afford to be lazy or lethargic, as it may account you to losing the job, and your only means of making is a livelihood. Okay, so update, keep yourself updated with the latest trend in the industry. Willingness to travel. Okay, nowadays in most of the jobs traveling is there. It was expected earlier only for the people who are into sales profile or marketing profile, but now it's not like that. Okay, because specifically in the companies which are having more than one operations locations, companies which are having multiple operations location, or multiple locations across the India, or across the globe. Okay, in those companies, that as the companies would require you to willing to travel. And this is one case. And second case would be, now companies would require you to visit the clients. Say for example, you are a production engineer. Okay, in that case also company would ask you, or would expect from you to visit their clients and make them understand exactly what is going on, or what exactly you are doing in. Okay, engages now, like it is businesses are going on across the globe, and now liberalization has been there. Okay, LPG is there, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Okay, now so many so many companies are having their operations across the globe. So it's requirement of the time that you have knowledge of foreign languages as well. Okay, if you will be having language knowledge of the foreign languages, then it will help you out a lot to survive in any kind of industry. Okay, it would be in local industry, it will be any MNC firm, okay, or any other kind of firm you can work there. Ability to multitask. Nowadays, it's time when employers do expect from a person to do so many things at a time. Not so, although it's not good to get the multitasking done, but still people do expect from you what if in case you there is a need and you are the only person, so in that case you can do those things. So while the focus is an important aspect in the engineering career, there is something more important than focus in engineering career is its ability to multitask. What is it? It is ability to multitask. If you will be able to multitask, in that case you will not be dependent on others, on your subordinates, on your the persons who are in the hierarchy. Okay, so engineer may have to they have to shoulder several responsibilities at the same time. This may not be possible for individual who focus their complete attention on one thing. Okay, so that's why that is when the ability of to multitask become extraordinary, I'm sorry, extremely crucial. So what is it? uh, you should not only focus on only one skill, but what you should have different skill sets so that you can get the things done. Next is versatility. A versatile person is what is most often expected of an engineer graduate. What is it's expected from an engineering graduate? Monotony is the last thing expected of an engineer. You need to be versatile. You can be strict. You can be the strict boss, the helping colleagues, the understanding employees, and the courageous leaders at all the same time. Your flexibility should conceal your true inner self. Okay, and your nature should never be predictable. What should not be? Your nature should never be predictable. This unpredictability is one key ingredient that helps you to survive in the engineering industry. Okay, next is ambitious. You should be ambitious, but not over ambitious. You should always have ambitions towards the things, but you should not be over ambitious as well, because being over ambitious would lead to make or commit some mistakes at the workplace. So try not to be over ambitious. Yeah, always to have ambitions with you, so that it can it can motivate you to do the things what are required, or what the way that should be done. With this, I'll say thanks to you all.